Hello, this is Jared playing Oxygen Not Included. Today I'm starting off here with the polymer press. Make a priority of getting this cleared off. But yeah, we have some solid resin. So our plastic production now back online. We'll have to come back to see if that's going to be an issue. Digging out a little bit of iron ore. And today's project is going to be cooling off this guy. This leaky oil fissure that is producing crude oil, which is nice, but we want to cool that down. We're going to start getting, essentially we've got two sets of dupes. We got our bionic dupes. I'm going to get them to go in here and build this conductive or heavy watt wire across like this. The regular dupes can work on this. And then once we've got heavy watt wire here, I guess we'll continue on from there. Speed things up. So I have not really extended my heavy watt wire system very far. I do have a little bit of strain in circuits. I need to do a little bit of a cleanup on my electrical work. Maybe that'll be towards the end of this episode. So I'm going to cut through here. Essentially want that heavy watt wire line to go down like this. Visioning through here, and then accessible down like that. Because we're going to build a steam turbine or two. Making our way up here. We're going to get some liquid draining out. And we'll do a connection here. So making this mostly out of iron. Hence why I was digging out a little bit of iron earlier. Over this little section, what I'm thinking of doing, putting granite down here. I'm also going to be taking the temperature and putting in a hydro sensor. Okay, I think we are ready for more design. So starting to work on this system a little bit more. We're going to put a granite tiling system above here. One of the comments was Kester mentioned there still is a priority issue around this setup with the output of the washrooms. I kind of was thinking that this is, well, the pipes are looking better, more cleaned up. But, yeah, well, I think I'm going to come back to that. Essentially, we've got two sets of water sieves, and they're interacting around this point. But, yeah, let's just focus on getting this guy complete. Just a tiny bit of polluted water in here, unfortunately. I wonder if we could try to do something to convince that to get out of there. A little bit of water too, apparently. And tiling around here. I want nice granite at the bottom. Because essentially I want to be able to cool this stuff off. So I want granite in the top, granite in the bottom. And my issue right now is with this little piece of polluted water. Guess we'll start digging. Oh, hold on. Maybe not right there. At least not yet. Okay, huh. Okay, let's see. Oh, hold on. Oh, wait, maybe we're okay. Maybe we're okay. Let's try rebuilding this here and here. Would love for that polluted water to go above, kind of like this little... There we go. There we go. So I'm going to be spinning in around 3 lines. I really want to make sure that the steam and water that gets dumped here, I'm going to put some metal tiles right through there, and that's going to go through radiant pipes, both liquid and gas, as well as a conveyor line that goes through here. We're going to have to tie into a number of lines. We've got our hydrogen line that we're going to be tying into over here. So this will be a temporary connection, but we'll do this. We'll need some liquid. I'm thinking petroleum since we've got it right here. Let's direct this guy over like this, maybe. And then that can feed into this line. And then I've got a conveyor loader here to put in some granite, which we're going to spin around and around. Speed things up just a bit. The regular dupes are, I guess, already complete. Heavy wire line up until this point. Maybe I will allow everyone temporarily to go down here. I'm really hoping they don't go in this zone, though. Alright, let's go back and restrict them from that spot. Now we're kind of down to the point where only bionic dupes can do things. Around here, should I allow normal? No. 71, no. So just have 3 bionic dupes that can work on this. Maybe I will get another project for the regular dupes. So this little piece of resin is back. We're going to take a little break from this setup over here and deal with this situation. As long as this is happening, we can't produce plastic, and I need plastic for steam turbines anyways. So I'm going to risk going into this warm area, starting off with getting an insulated tile built right there. I also am a little bit worried about the regular dupes going to this little zone, so I'm going to restrict access. Okay, so let's say nobody but Kigan, Megalo. I don't know why everyone's grayed out. Look at that. We can now go in here and make that a priority. So we'll probably leak a little bit of heat in this process. The reason I'm going in a little bit is because I plan on having this ladder system twisted this way and eventually going down like this, marked by these 2 tiles here, and just want to have this system off to the side so that that ladder, future ladder, doesn't get impacted. So let's go insulate this, guys. 1 tile there, 1 tile there. And pretty warm. Take this out. I think you're going to be fine. Also got a tile I want to put in right there. Oh, restricting access here. Let's return bionic dupe access. Whoa. 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 Okay. that was close. Alright, so I plan on putting a polymer press in here. Now that I've got that cleared out, I'll design how that's going to work. So, almost concerned I don't have enough room, but I think I can make this work. I'm wanting to put a steam turbine here. Want to have insulation surrounding the sky. A tile right here, but let's get this built first. And then I'm thinking of putting a granite line right here. Make sure dupes can have access. Wait now. I was visioning that to have 1 more tile because this needs to be there, but I also need an auto sweeper to remove the plastic. Okay, let's go down 1 more. Oh, hold on. You know what? I'm going to just take this moment while that's sitting there to add in insulation along this way. Take that one out. Take that one out. So I want to run a heavy wire line right here, but I don't want to remove this vacuum. I'm doing that so that I can have a spot I can run in heavy wire without letting heat escape. Make this priority since that's on the bionic side. And plan is to take that out and do a dig right there. Let's just empty. I guess that's technically not going to matter, is it? Nah, never mind. Yeah, so essentially, I can get this guy in, make this out of cobalt, throw that in right there. We'll bring the heavy line down later on. But that's just to make sure that that exists. Someone could build that for us. Bionic dupe. Here we go. Okay, so with that, I can now take these out and we can continue along. Actually, I think that's where we want to have our granite floor. So we might as well keep that. And we can open that up. So here's what I've got going on. We've got a polymer press out of iridium. I don't know why I'm doing actually cobalt for the other one. I think actually fine. Because I don't want it to be extremely high. I do want it to be maintained to a certain degree, but I'm hoping that the resin that we bring in here, we can see it's boiling. We don't want that to, on the one hand, freeze and become solid like it was earlier, but we also don't want it to overheat. Unfortunately, this guy maintains, the maximum it can maintain is 125, but as long as we insulate a very short distance, I think we're going to be okay. I'm also going to make a vacuum in here in a way that I don't think I ever have before. Should be interesting. But I want to not have this pump here because, as I was saying before, I want to get a ladder down here in the future. Let's make a priority of the inside so we can eventually get this out. So we've got a conveyor line. I actually changed this with gold metal tiles. Obviously, a water line to continually jump right on the plastic. Actually, is the plastic produced? I think the plastic's produced right here. And I think about it, so maybe it makes a little bit more sense to move this over by one. Because I want to jump right on the plastic itself. Oh, and the carbon dioxide. Completely forgot about that. Let's not let that be forgotten about. This auto sweeper can... actually, it's mostly right here where the plastic is dropped off that auto sweeper needs access to. I think that is it. All the stuff that's in here, the auto sweeper can actually grab later. So I'm thinking to myself, why worry about that? Seal this up. A little bit of water in there, it's not a problem because ultimately we want water anyways. Put temporary tile right here and one up there. As soon as that is created, I will plug this guy in. And that will start the process to create a vacuum. Excellent. Okay, so with that, we just need to make sure that this is going to be efficient enough. Kind of feel like I'll do something here. Just to get this done a little bit quicker, figure we'll have a separate dedicated line to drop this off instead of merging in that. There we go. So we'll let that run until we get a vacuum. See a little piece of water in here. That might not be a bad thing. In fact, maybe it'd be helpful to exchange temperature, but see is a little bit of a risk, so I'm going to get that out. The rest of the dupes can work on this heavy watt wire system to go down to this point. Let's see what we can do with this little annoying piece of water. Maybe we could get it brought up. By a dupe. I'm bringing in gold amalgam for the line. Let's actually, hold on. Do we have our petroleum? We do. And our hydrogen? We do. Excellent. To get a little bit more iron ore. Okay, so no more water. So now I'm putting some insulation down here. I get too far with this project. Currently don't have plastic to build steam turbines. No. Okay, either... nuts. Either I have just created a tile here, which I don't understand how that would open this minor volcano, or maybe this is just, I assume this guy was blocked off. Maybe it was never blocked off, and it just happened to become active. I don't know which one of those two cases this is. Okay, let's see what I can do. So here's what I'm going to do. Absolutely nothing, and hope for the best. First of all, this is made of igneous rock, so that's going to melt at 1400. Above is 1500. So that is cooling. I'm hoping what's going to happen is this is going to cool off, solidify on top of this guy, and then finally overpressure this. What could if I push in steam? If I had to push in the steam, that would have been smart, because this guy would have seen the steam and made that volcano overpressured, similar to how this volcano is overpressured because of the steam, but I did not do that. I could get the dupes to go in here and... I don't know. So what I'm doing here is probably pretty dumb, but I'm going to go in and hope that we can... Oh, yeah. So that did not work the way that I hoped it was going to work. I was wishing that was going to actually block this guy off. So maybe it is smart to go up here. So this is a solution to a problem I did not want. What happens when this area cools off with this setup? Well, I guess that's not going to be the risk for much longer than I thought. Let's maybe open this up just a little bit more. That might be enough, actually. Okay, maybe do this too. Just to get that chlorine. I want to make sure this guy experiences the overpressuredness of the steam. And I'm hoping that this guy's going to show overpressure, because it's above 100. I don't know what pressure it needs to feel in order to block it off. Though now, if this guy does go off, it's going to send, if I can get that chlorine to fall out of there, it might be smart just in case to make an obsidian tile right here. Just want that piece of chlorine, because if that piece of chlorine were... Oh, it's still 73 though. That might be high enough? I don't know. Oh, alright, so we're still creating a vacuum in here, are we? Shouldn't take too long. In fact, we've got a vacuum. There we are. So, the way I was hoping this was going to work, please give me a little bit of good news here, game. I was going to destroy both this and this. I think we might need a ladder system like that, but I'd like to get that created here and here. Okay, and we still have a vacuum there, so we no longer need this pump. Let's disconnect that. Can even get rid of it. Can get rid of that door. The tiles, for that matter. And if we can get a tile built right there. What temperatures do we have? That might be alright. Maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe. Okay, so that is allowing me to be able to destroy all that. Nice. So now it is time to add a little bit of water here. I'm going to be able to control how much. Maybe we'll cut that for now. But we're going to connect into our water line. Obviously, we're going through a cool area, so we'll do a little bit of insulation. I don't know why I'm going in two different directions. Hold on. Maybe I should reuse this pipe over here. Kind of have this go this way. The other thing is I want this petroleum to go back in here for now. And we can even get rid of this. Oh, already have that bridge going out. Okay, so there's the petroleum line going back in here. So let's take this insulation line, have that go through here. And as well, water going all the way down here so that I can send it a little bit in here. Have that join up with this guy. Again, I don't want too much, so I want to be able to control this. Actually, why don't we do this? We'll get water down in the area by kind of doing a T. Cut that right there. We'll do the same thing over here somewhere. Okay, so really hoping we've got everything the way that we'd like it to be over here. I can add in a bit of insulation on this side. So there's some pipe going down. I'll be back when that pipe is done. All right, there is our water. So I just only want so much. So let's let this go through. Have that rotten in there. I'll try maybe about this length. Stop there. Give that a cut. Okay, so that's going to be water going into our steam turbines. Of course, where are we with plastic? Oh, right, of course, nowhere's. Maybe I should concentrate a little bit more on this. Is water on the way down? No. Oh, I see. It's not going to go to a T because of how... didn't realize that. Okay. What if we take you out and reverse you? There we go. And I want to control this as well. Let's push in some water. Let's say maybe that's enough to start with. I'll see what we think. So it's a little bit of liquid sitting here. I feel like we want more than that. I feel like we also want a little more here. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Let's just put in what's the remainder of that into there. And hold on, slow things down. Okay, around 200 down there. Okay. So, are we ready to make this operational? I hope so. Let's cut this. I was dropping that back out in here. We don't want to do that anymore. Instead, we want to have this go up. Take this out, clean this up as well. Oh, right, and of course, we've got no power, but we can just take some of our line going down like that. How are things going on over here? Okay, we've come to 200 or 300, 250 or so. I'm guessing we can live with that. I don't want this auto conveyor loader to run until there's actually steam in the area. Nothing's happening. Uh-oh. Maybe. Okay, it could just be this. There we go. There we go. So plastic production is going on. Eventually that's going to heat up. Maybe we can live with a little bit of heat going into this guy. So over time, this is going to heat up. Oh, you know what would be a nightmare? I just realized now. What if that we got a tile created right there? Oh, that'd be so annoying. I wasn't considering the part that this is going to start a bit cooler. Please don't be the case. Well, at least it's not as cold as it was here. Maybe that was the problem. You know what? We have a lot of carbon dioxide and chlorine. What's going on? Something not working here. Deodorizer is running. Hold on. Slow things down. Do we have polluted dirt or anything? No. Okay, it's done. I was like, why is that continually running? Okay, that stopped. There's a little piece of oxygen floating around. Maybe, and we have that as 10 seconds. Ugh. I assume that is largely because of this area. What if we did this to kind of prevent that? Also see dupes are getting their feet wet when they go down here. Well, not the bionics, but let's go down a little bit further. Not into the bacillite, though. Get that water to drop a bit. Of course, the disadvantage is... Oh, let's just put a tile there. Take these guys out. 2, 3. Okay. I've asked for a few research boosters to be made. Megalo, I only have one at the moment. But to realize we never completed our analysis before going into here, so we'll go in at this on an angle. Let's spin, make that a priority 9. Megalo should be making their way over here. We're going to heavy wire line up to here. Alright, Megalo starting on that. Once we get more research boosters. Oh, they're going to dump their boosters here if I do this this way. Get them go up there. Let's go skill. There's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just, oh, of course, those... That's going to be enclosed space, actually. It's also a bad spot for them. But I can move those after. So Megalo should go up, grab their research boosters. More are being produced. Just figure the more research boosters, the quicker this analysis is going to happen. Locate those guys up there. Megalo, why are... Oh, maybe priorities for Megalo. Oh yeah, you're down on researching. There we go. That's better. Oh, just going to do the same thing, but let's get them to run over here this time. Let's go skills. Megalo. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So now they're going to be a great research worker. Even if just temporarily. Make a priority of getting those boosters out of the way, because otherwise I'll probably forget about them. So we've got... Oh, I don't know if I've ever gotten the... No, we did not. Okay. Oh, we need to wait for power. That's why. Okay, let's have a look here. Slow things down for a moment. Do we have this spinning around? Gold amalgam. Spinning round and round. Looks good to me. Can now take that out. Might as well take that seed out now. Piece of gold. Might as well take that out too. Whoops. We don't want to attack stuff. Let's do a movie and clean up. Oh, and databanks, we might as well, yeah, just mark that to be swept. All right, with that, I think we can block this back off. Add back our insulation. Let's add a little bit of insulation up here. Actually, I don't know if I need insulation there, but oh well. Oh, whoa, whoa. That we want to keep, actually, just realizing, because that's going to have steam turbines above it. Speaking of which, do we have any plastic? Oh, I don't think that's actually going to work unless I actually indicate that I want that to be dropped off. Okay, so there we go. Let's just check this out. So we've got plastic going around. It's not doing anything in a vacuum, but once we get steam, hopefully that will lower the temperature. Then be dropped off over here. We're going to need, I think, 400 kilograms, 317. Shouldn't take too long until I can make 2 steam turbines up here. We don't have enough plastic, but we might as well do the insulation where the steam turbines are going to sit. Some material, might as well clean that up. So yeah, this little dot here, or tile there of insulation actually does make sense now that they see this part of it. Oh, okay, we'll come there. I guess there's more to do around here, but we'll come back to that after. Can start taking this out as we're creating tiles. Oh, I should probably empty this water line, otherwise, oh yeah, that's not ideal. Destroy this. So what I'm doing, bringing up a temporary line, water to join at this point, so that we don't have water that's going to freeze in pipes over time. See, maybe make this a priority so the bionic dupes can concentrate on that while the regular dupes can go up here and take care of this. I don't know if they can access that. I guess technically, I was going to say, technically I can make one of the steam turbines, but actually I think now I can make 2. One. Probably lead's going to be fine for this. So we'll do lead there and there. Lead. Wait a minute. Figured we had... Whoops. Figured we had more lead. Maybe just a little bit of digging down here. So we've got 2 steam turbines, and my plan was just to end here for today and then make an exercise for next time going down here to make sure we get access to this crude oil that comes out of here. Make sure that we don't get this hot temperatures exposed to the base, and maybe even put in infinite storage of crude oil. But there's a number of things that have happened since working on this. So I'll let this go through. Let me take you through that. First of all, down here, I just put in this notification system, but you can see that these guys have been busy carving this out, meaning this Saturn critter trap is not producing any more hydrogen. Currently, we're fine with our hydrogen level, though if that ever did get too low, let's say below this, then we will send a little signal over here. I'll set that up. Let's see, we'll call that hydrogen too low. If I can type too low and do a quick warning. All right, so that's one of the issues. So now that we've got that taken care of, we should see one of these guys slide over to this Saturn critter trap. Just speed things up briefly. Boom, there we go. Okay, so that's more hydrogen. Now, that's not the biggest thing. This, on the other hand, is a bit of an issue. So what I think I'm going to do, first of all, let's put in a bin right there. Let's destroy this. We're actually quite lucky in the fact that we don't have steam right now. So, in fact, we're just adding more and more heat. Oh, we're going to be fine. So we'll pop in here. The other thing I'd like to try is the temp shift plate made out of peat. I'm just going to put this, I think I only need this in the center. I'm going to put that across like that. I think the idea that will block this guy off if this steam gets a little bit lower. But yeah, this guy here, broken, so we want to get that resolved. Maybe make it a priority of going up. Can do these temp shift. Apparently they take a bit to make. You know what? My assumption is I only need the one in the center. So why don't we only make the one in the center and we'll see if that works. So this guy here, I kind of thought we'd have enough time. Let's change this to be made of uranium. In fact, we'll do the same thing to this guy. Oh, hold on. He already is uranium. So that one is fine. It's just the conveyor loader. The other thing is I want to get all this stuff out of there. Might as well just do that now. Oh. Yeah, of course. You know what? Let's not care about this stuff. Forget the stuff. That can be dealt with later once we have steam. I just want this replaced for now. Though maybe we can bring the plastic that is there out for the moment. And we definitely better replace this tile before we're done. Okay, so we're getting a little bit of delay there because of the carbon. I wonder if there's a way to compress this so that we can compress the carbon dioxide before instead of kind of working this way. Now, that might be another day thing. So these guys will have some insulated pipelines going down in here. The other thing I'm going to save for next time is a cooling line. We need to make sure that this guy and these two steam turbines stay nice and cool. So we'll worry about that next time along. Wow, it's taking a while. What is up, guys? I did put in... Oh, hold on. No, that is not iridium. That right there. Maybe dig a little bit more out as well. Going up to do some digging. Excellent. I am surprised at how long this part is taking. Now that we've got... Okay, we picked up iridium. That should be making its way down here. Oh, you know what? The other thing is, now that we've got this area kind of contained, let's check out 40, 65. Oh, it's a little uncomfortable down here. I was going to let normal do... You know what I will do? Let's put in a door right there. And I'll remove this door, just to let the normal dupes come up. If that was going to be the last thing, actually, maybe we should look at our stables. Oh, hold on. So unfortunately, most of the Rexes here are all quite young. There's one, oh, I saw one that's 190. He's a little too old. But fortunately, I do see this guy here, who I've never been able to get access to, simply because of this tile right here. So we're going to locate this guy up in our stable. See, you are 146. So we should see you being wrangled. Some of these other critters will go up to our spot where I'm taking our dirtles. And I see you've got... Oh, I did not mean to drop them off there. Whoops. Let's relocate them over here. Let's enable this building. Okay, so I'm going to assume he will go on the move quite well. And... Oh. I've got all 3 dupes. Okay. And they can do mechatronic. That's weird. Okay, I'm seeing the problem. I took away Megalo's ability to do that construction. I might actually give that to Trude instead. Let's give them advanced schematics. Let's give them the mechatronics. And maybe I will research or reassign Megalo to some other things. I thought something seemed off there, so now I'm thinking we should finally be able to get that built. Let's go check on some of the other stables. Over in here. Oh, wow. Surprisingly, this doesn't seem to be enough to keep these guys fed. Huh. What about you guys? You guys seem to be fine. Stung, that's the idea. Cedric was pointing out, yeah, this is good, except it is going to use dirt, which won't last forever. Not going to be an issue for a while, because obviously I've got a good amount, but yeah, okay, so for now, we'll continue with this. But long term, it looks like this is the setup we'll need. Though a tweak will be needed there. We're not going to do that today, but note to come back. And, here we are. And I see we've got extra feather, which is awesome. I also see that we've got some food store. And the idea here is this door will close once we've got enough critters in here, like we have it right now. And this guy is not crowded. So I'm going to find out how this works over the long term. I don't have a mechanism yet to send more Rexes in, but you know what? I don't think that's going to be a problem. That's something we can work on another time. Let's just make sure that this part here is done. I think I will finish with this one last tile. How much plastic is there? You know what? Let's just haul that out in case I want to do some construction next time. That is 9. And here we go. All right. I'm not going to risk running this. Where are we with temperature? We're up to 73. As this goes over 100, I'll hopefully remember to enable that to get some plastic out of the system. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully I'll see you next time.